Ramstein club. It's more than 54 countries members of this alliance. It's more than NATO allies, probably twice. And I am really satisfied of this meeting also because we had a chance again to deliver to our partners our main priorities, our needs. And again, the high priority still remains air defense systems, and air defense systems. All types, from the very sophisticated like Patriot, NASAMS, IRIS-T and SAMP-T, till the man-pad like Stingers, Purun, Igla, Strela, or something else. And also second is ammunition. Ammunition, different types of different calibers, 155, 152, 122, 120, etc., etc. And certainly our strengthening of our iron fist, I mean tanks and infantry fighting vehicles or armed personnel carriers. As you know that probably 3 months ago, maybe less, in this place, in this base, was the meeting of Ramstein, and in my closing remarks, I told to my colleagues that I heard how there in this room Leopard is roaring. And today I can say that I can see how Leopard is rolling. And you know that tank coalition was born, and we have very good coalition with the Leopard 2, and soon we will have Leopard 1, and the challengers in Ukraine, MX-10 from the France also in Ukraine, and we're waiting soon Abrams from the United States also as well. So certainly we discussed our readiness for the counteroffensive, which we have to do in this period of time, because it's our challenge to continue liberating our temporarily occupied territories. It's our main goal, and after that, when Russia will defeat it, we will starting our new stage of life of Ukraine, as I'm sure that we will become the member of different types of security architecture, including NATO allies also as well. It's shortly to you, and I would like to add that I can emphasize that we can see that a really strain of Russians' defense systems, the strain is very huge, and we need just one push to ruin this architecture of Russians' so-called second army in the world. But it's not true right now. But you can see that we did before. We liberated Kiev district, Chernigiv, Sumy, Kharkiv, right bank of Dnipro River, Kherson, Snake Island, etc., etc. And we will continue. You know that during the Ramstein, we discussing the main needs, main priorities. If we have chance to communicate on bilateral platform, we can do it with our partners directly. And certainly we repeated our demands of the fighter jets as a part of air defense systems. And I'm sure that we will have modern NATO standard G++, 4th generation plus fighter jet as a part of air defense systems. But right now, the main needs, we are talking about the land-air interceptors or ground-landed air defense systems. And certainly we discussed fighter jets as a next stage, because we need to spend time for training courses for the pilots, for the engineers, mechanics, etc., and it will take time. And I'm sure that it's the last point of my Santa wish list, and I think it will be done. You know that we are talking not only about the long-range missiles, we're talking about long-range, or I call it long-hand range capacity. It could be not only missiles, it could be, for example, different types of ammunitions or bombs, etc., or drones, for example, UAVs, I mean suicide UAVs. So it's different types. It depends on the capacity of our partners, because it's a different inventions also. And certainly we discuss it, but I cannot provide you the all details. But I think it's in our process. As Mark Milley always saying us, if you have war, you will not have enough. And we need to make first stage in this year, I mean counteroffensive, with this capacity what we have. With the brigades, they are ready. But you know that weather conditions is still not ready to meet us. And it will be under decision of General Staff when and where and how to do counteroffensive. But after that, we will continue. You know that they occupied a lot of Ukrainian territories. So we need to finish this job. As Winston Churchill said, give us the tools, we will finish the job. We're still discussing what type of aerial platform should be in Ukrainian armed forces, especially in air forces. And that will be the next decision, which platform will be in the training courses. It could be F-16 or Gripen or something else. So in this moment, we continue discussing what kind of platform should be the best decision for the Ukraine. As you know, that we have tank coalition, but the main part of this coalition is Leopard 2, but after that would be Leopard 1, plus Challengers, plus Abrams, plus AMX-10, but the main is Leopard. So we have to decide what kind of bird would be the main bird in our zoo. I'm satisfied because I heard very important words from my colleagues that they will stand with us, with the Ukraine, till the end of this war. And the meaning of the end of this war for them is victory of Ukraine. Right now, Ukraine providing the main reason or the main idea of the creation of the NATO countries. The NATO was created to defend themselves, to defeat Soviet Empire or Russian Empire. So right now, Ukraine do it by ourselves, using NATO standard weaponry with Soviet origin weaponry. So that's why we providing the main goal of NATO to reduce this offensive capacity of Russian Empire. Because if you remember the Madrid summit decision, the strategy strategy of NATO allies for next 10 years, the main threat of NATO allies is Russia Federation. It means that right now Ukraine successfully deter them, to defeat them, and using the NATO standard weaponry. So it means that we have a very good level of interoperability. That means that for NATO's sake, that it's interesting for them using the battlefield in Ukraine to reduce the threats from the Russia Federation. Negotiation could be, and we will sit at the table with our partners on our side, and we will discuss with the Russians reparation, restoration, compensation, and decision of the International Tribunal about the war crimes from the Kremlin mafia gangs. Thank you very much. Slava Ukraini!